well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Are you here to save me?
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Check.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Oh no!
It gave up. Nice little match.
Than you could ever hope to be. As it was just upon having to say this, with Vegeta being shown reverting back down to his base form, where Beerus went on to then continue, "Oh, is that right? Well, certainly not like that, you're not mortal. It looks like your body has entered a cooldown period in order to balance you out so that way you don't overwork yourself. Interesting. Yes, you've finally done it. The Prince of Destruction Vegeta now at my side as the strongest among the gods. I don't care how much time Goku is given," Beerus says. "His Ultra Instinct is nowhere near the raw strength of your mastered Ultra Ego. Though there are still a few more things to cover," he continues. "I can still see that once powered down, you seem to be bothered by what's out there," he says. "Well, nevertheless, we will hop right back to it so that way we can find out what that is." Back on planet Endeavor, with Whis now getting ready and putting Goku through the next stage of his training, as with Whis now dead set in making sure that Goku does this the right way, it was only upon being shown addressing Goku where Whis went on to tell him, "Alright then, Goku, I need you to listen very closely to what's about to happen here," he says. "Things are about to get a bit messy here, but I need you to do your best in remembering
Shout out to everyone
what I'm
watching
about
on Twitch.
to tell you, so listen well," Whis says. "Just as you and Vegeta were able to do inside of my staff, I will need you to do your best to stabilize your ki and not allow for it to leak out of your body. Now look above you." As with Goku now being shown doing so, it was only upon having to see what he saw where Goku went on to utter, "Hey, wait, where did all of those moons just suddenly come from? What's going on?" The goal here is for you to try and do what Broly did, only without losing your mind in the process, Whis responds. "I need you to try and contain the power of the Great Ape without causing for you to change, while also keeping your mind calm and focused in the meantime." Oh no, I don't know if I can do it. If Broly lost his mind trying to control the Great Ape power, then what makes this any different? Oh no, I can feel it. I have to try and concentrate, but I'm not sure if I can control it while also trying to balance Ultra Instinct on top of it. You will need to try, Goku. This is the key if you hope to tap into the next level, Whis says. Don't allow for your primal instincts to take over and control you. Be the one who is in control while also maintaining focus by keeping a calm heart, he says. Infuse the power of Ultra Instinct with your Saiyan roots. Become one with both powers rather than having one rule over the other. If you were able to evolve Super Saiyan into Super Saiyan 2 and then later into Super Saiyan 3, then this is no different. Condense the power of your Saiyan people and combine that with the angelic power you currently wield, Goku. Focus your mind. You will need to experience this primal force just as Broly once did, but control it rather than letting it control you. To which, with Goku's body now beginning to throb, it was only upon having to see this where Whis went on to continue. Remember who you are and why you are here, he says. Remember what is this? I can't. I know it's hard, Goku, but you'll need to be the one in the driver's seat. Hold it within you and don't let this power seep out onto the surface. Control it, Goku. Listen to the sound of my voice and don't give in to your primal instincts. Remember who you are, Whis says. You will need to combine the nature of both powers in order to evolve. You cannot operate with only one. Use this to remember why you are here and what you will be fighting for, Whis continues. Synchronize these powers or they will destroy you. Concentrate and do the opposite of what Broly did with his Ikari power. Don't lose your mind during this and concentrate on your inner voice. But then, fortunately enough, with Goku being shown swinging his fist around with Whis being shown moving out of the way, was when Whis had now gone as far as to address this by responding, "Whoops, easy there. I am not your enemy here, Goku. Don't let the nature of your race be what takes over." Oh dear, Whis says, it looks like it already has. I was hoping that it wouldn't come down to this, but I should have known it would turn out like this, he says. And from the looks of it, he's utilizing the power of Ultra Instinct the wrong way too. Well, this isn't good, as with Goku's body now being shown slowly but surely now beginning to transform, this was by no means what Whis was asking for Goku to do, as it was clear now that Goku could not sustain the power within him, to which as a gigantic shadow was now beginning to loom over Whis, that was when Whis from there went on to continue. Oh, as if dealing with a giant murderous monkey was bad, it would seem as though the Great Ape form is also using the power of Ultra Instinct. This was quite the opposite of what I was hoping he would do, as moments later, lo and behold, finally in front of Whis, Goku had now finally transformed into a giant silver Great Ape, as Whis went on to continue. Oh goodness, well, this wasn't what I wanted to see from you, Goku. You were supposed to control your power, not let it be what controls you. Though, I doubt this giant silver monkey retained any of the skills that is associated with Ultra Instinct. He is still extremely dangerous nevertheless, as with Goku now taking initiative in spotting Whis down below, it was only upon Whis having to now see this where Whis had now gone as far as to give Goku a warning by telling him, "Easy now, Goku. Remember, I am not your enemy here. If you are able to free yourself from these chains that bind you, then I would encourage for you to revert back into your base form before things get a lot worse from here on out," he says. "I don't need this to end badly for you, Goku, so please take a second and listen to the sound of my voice and take control," Whis says. As it would only appear as though Whis' words have now fallen onto deaf ears, because as Great Ape Goku was shown letting out a ferocious roar by then being shown winding his gigantic fist back, it was just upon Goku now being shown doing this where Whis went on to respond, "Oh, and here he comes. Oh, and he's a lot faster than I assumed he would be for an animal that large. Don't do this, Goku." To which, as soon as Whis was shown having to block off Ultra Instinct Great Ape Goku's punch with simply one finger, Whis even then, despite having to do this, still attempted to plead with Goku as Whis went on to continue, "That's enough, Goku. As difficult as this may be for you, I still need you to focus and try to dig down deep within yourself to control this power, he says. I know you can hear me in there, as despite Goku trying to do his best in swiping Whis away, Whis quickly went on to avoid danger by then responding, and yet still nothing. Huh, oh well, alright then. I guess you leave me here with no other choice, though I could put an end to this rather quickly since we're already this far. I want to try something, he says. Now since you won't listen to me, then we might as well put this primal power of yours to the test and see if we can get you to awaken the old-fashioned way then. You seem very angry, Goku. Your spirit's all over the place and very far from being balanced, he says. You are barely holding yourself together here, but maybe this ought to make you remember. So now how about someone who is relative to your size then, Whis questions. Oh, what was their name again? Yes, now I remember. Alright now, Goku, get ready. Let's see if there is anything that will set your mind into remembering who you are without allowing for this primitive form to take hold of you. Think fast now, as it was from out of nowhere, unbeknownst to Great Goku, where a gigantic fist was then shown colliding with Goku's face, as it would only now turn out that the individual responsible for this was none other than Universe 3's Anilaza, to which as soon as Great Goku was shown being unaffected by this, that was when Whis went on to continue. Ouch. Oh, well, I tried warning him, but once again, he just did.
You miserable idiots! At long last, the time to fulfill my true purpose has come. Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Oh, I forgot. We're not supposed to be saving survivors, bro. This guy's close by, I can hear him.
Go slot it!
Let's find some more keys, man. What's going on with the internet? This is 2 games in a row this happened.
What?
I don't know if these guys are giving up or if the servers are really bad right now.
Not possible!
Sorry, guys.
Didn't not listen to me, well, maybe that ought to knock some sense back into him, or, oh dear, maybe not, he says. Either way, Goku, I need you to try and focus as best as you possibly can to the sound of my voice. Don't just act instinctively, Whis says. Listen to the voice from within. I know you have what it takes to evolve yourself into becoming the best that you can possibly be in preparation for the 5 strongest, but not if you fall short of evolving. In which seconds later, as soon as Great Ape Goku was shown roaring in Anilaza's face by from there being shown one-shotting him back into the ocean, it was right upon the moment of contact with Goku being shown knocking Anilaza away where Whis went on to continue, oh well, it looks like the only thing that we were able to accomplish here was getting him mad enough now in putting Anilaza down with one strike. Oh, his mind has been completely taken over by his primitive nature. Well, at least I tried to match him in size, but so much for that then. I wonder if the planet itself will have a few surprises in store for Wait, Whis says. Oh yes, I can feel his energy. Well, this is certainly a surprise. Oh, and here he comes, right about... As it was just then from out of nowhere, with several energy blasts now beginning to hit Great Ape Goku from behind, it was just upon this having to be shown happening where a voice went on to cry out, "Look at what you've been reduced to, mortal. It's been a very long time, Goku. I have so much to pay you back for, especially after what you did to me, you brainless animal." Interesting, Whis comments. To go along with Vegito from that timeline, the planet decided to reintroduce the fallen Kaioshin's fusion with Goku Black. To which as soon as Merge Zamasu was then shown continuously firing multiple energy blasts at Goku, Merge Zamasu from that point then went on to continue, "You are the one who is responsible for my demise. You were the one who started this war, you disgusting excuse for a warrior. And now look at what you've become, a mindless animal who will only live long enough to be slayed by me. I am going to make you feel every bit of what you made me feel during my departure with Trunks' world, you pathetic Saiyan." Though I can sense a sudden shift within Goku's power, more likely because now he is getting more and more angry, it doesn't appear as though Zamasu's words are breaking through, Whis says. Well, and if he continues to operate like this, then he will likely destroy himself in the process of trying to regain control, Whis continues. To which the second Great Ape Goku was from there shown unaffected by Merge Zamasu's attacks, and from there being shown lunging forward and grabbing onto Zamasu. Even Merge Zamasu himself could not seem to believe this, as Merge Zamasu went on to shout, "God, what is this? Why, you?" "Goku, that is enough," Whis chimes in. "You need to listen. You are only prolonging your own destruction. You need to listen to my voice and remember what I taught you," he says. "Remember the lessons that you've learned. If not for anything else, at least be willing to hear me for the sake of your family." To where that seemingly enough had gone as far as to get Great Ape Goku's attention, as Whis went on to continue, "Think about what it is that you are doing. When you meet and fight against the 5 strongest, has it not crossed your mind on what would happen if you were to lose against either of them? You will not be given a second chance. If you fail despite your perks being used against them or not, you will be destroyed. And now think about what comes with that before you proceed to crush him," Whis says. "If you fail to realize the danger you are about to be placed in a little less than a year from now, then who will be there to protect your family, your wife Chi-Chi, and your 2 sons, Goten and Gohan, and even your granddaughter Pan, Goku? If a new enemy were to rise and you aren't there to protect them, then who will save them from death coming knocking on their front door?" To which seconds later, as Great Ape Goku had now finally come to realize the meaning behind Whis' words, in a short but yet surprising fashion, that was when Great Ape Goku went on to utter, "Family." "Yes, Goku, think about your family," Whis says. "Remember whom you fight to protect. Remember why you are here and what you are fighting for," Whis shouts. "Listen to my words and resist." To where all the while in the meantime, when then going back to Frieza and Cooler inside of the hyperbolic time chamber, it would only now appear as though their training session had now finally concluded, as Black Frieza went on to comment, "Well, would you look at that? that. It seems as though I may have underestimated your potential after all. I truly didn't think that you would match me blow for blow like that, but if I'm being honest here, it would seem as though you've actually surpassed me there for a moment. However, it would seem as though you harbor the same weakness that I once did, and that's fully controlling your stamina. And although I could get up and crush you now, since that form of yours had worn off, I think we can call this fight a draw for now, with Cooler responding, "Just you wait, because once I'm able to control my stamina in that form, you won't even come close to touching me. And what's even more," Cooler continues, "is the pain those Saiyans have coming. Little by little, it will come to me, and when it does, I'll crush those apes myself." That's assuming they didn't get stronger themselves, Frieza went on to respond, which of course I'm sure those two obviously did. They're both notorious for reaching new levels of power each time we meet. However, this time it'll most certainly be different. We've spent quite the time in this chamber, brother. We don't need to remain in here any longer than we need to, now that you've reached a new level to match mine, that is, with Cooler responding, "Agreed. And now that I got what we came in here for, it's time we check with those scientists of ours to see if the serum is finally ready. If we plan to do this," he adds, "then we must make sure that nothing goes wrong. So if worse comes to worse and we cannot manage on our own, then we'll just use those Potaras and run them down as one, especially now that we're much stronger than we were a few days ago. Yes, and once those Saiyans are dead," Frieza says, "then the god of destruction, Beerus,
Human pests. What do you think of it? Quite the color, Oh, you don't understand. Your time is already at an end.
Last two games,
Let us finish
internet
this.
problems, I guess. I don't know what happened.
Indeed.
Hopefully we get a W this match.
Pitiful. Such is the way of human pests. Trunks, I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Try to set the keys fast as possible. You made it early, bro. What's up?
Flying Nimbus!
We're doing some awesome work right now.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Let's go! Stay calm.
So, bro, I thought we were jumping him, bro.
You'll see, Lieutenant. And now, together for justice.
You got cooked. I missed my go-go gum. Being a left me? Yeah, man. I had 2 matches earlier, but
You
there
know what
seems
to
to
do
be
with that
internet
key.
problems with the Raiders. So this is the 3rd match.
Hang in there!
I owe you one.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you.
Mortals are unnecessary.
This is bad! Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Civilian, but I don't know where he's at.
Hey, great! You found another power key! Use it
Be
quick!
careful too, okay?
An ally needs your help! We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Just gotta stay alive. Level 2.
Great! You know what to do with that
Go and
key.
save this man. Make it. You didn't make it, bro.
From the immortal, by the will of the gods.
A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now.
You cannot hide from me. Let the
Get up!
investigation begin.
I owe you.
Take on. Take on.
Flying Nimbus!
Got out of there. Saved our teammate. Can't see where he is right now. Austin's right there. You need to set one more key after this. And we still have everyone alive except for one person.
Ally down! It's If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. An ally needs your help. You don't know what
Flying
danger
Nimbus!
awaits. Think before rushing in.
There's the other guy who's dead.
Flying Nimbus! This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme
Yeah, cooked
caution
right
if
now.
you're going to
Hey, thanks a lot.
head on.
Thanks.
Flying Nimbus! The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? Come on! I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Oh my god! I had him with that go-go gun, man.
This is for our utopia.
That Trunks move is good when you're jumping with the team.
Yo, what's up, Super Saiyan?
I sent you a super transfer.
How the
Use
run
it
go?
to hold the enemy back. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Saw this cock for like almost 2 weeks now, man.
I think Trunks is actually better than Goku as a level 3.
What do you guys think?
And we're just chilling, Mac.
I thought you were talking about this.
The super transfer. Talking about my transformation, Goku was better than Trunks, I believe.
Flew all the way up there.
Startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
We've got this.
The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, try it again.
Got sold.
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
This guy's sold.
Mortals, you must be expunged. A pure and perfect multiverse made clean by Zamazu's hand.
Turn up a little bit. Have to get back to Z1.
Is next, and once we capture this universe with no one to oppose us, then the other universes will be next. Just remember the plan and be sure to stick to it no matter the cost, Frieza says. We did what we could, and so I want to go back and study the warriors which will make up my half of the serum, Cooler says. Well, of course, our vials are completely different after all. You're going to be more of the brute in this war, as you most certainly aren't easy to keep down either, Frieza says, so it's more than fitting, with Cooler responding, I must learn more about this platinum power of mine and see what other weaknesses it may carry, he says. Once I harden its strengths and patch its weaknesses, I will become unstoppable. Good, maybe then we will come back into this realm and train again once you do. There will be no need if I am able to master this without needing to come here, Cooler says, so let's go. We've stayed in this chamber long enough, and so I want to see the status on that serum, along with getting more information about the warriors who will make up for it, with Frieza responding, well, by all means then, brother, lead the way. I want a complete scan of the observable universe along with every planet you've traced, Frieza. Once we're done with Earth, we'll need to find out and see what's out there and prepare if we need to, with Frieza responding, but of course, Cooler. Yes, that's right, you little worm, Frieza went on to say to himself. Everything is going just as I hoped it would go. And with Cooler as my muscle, I don't even have to lift a finger. As if you truly think that I will ever share the throne as the multiverse's emperor. You just keep doing as you are told so that my plans of complete control are realized, Cooler. There is only room for one Omni ruler, and that crown is only fitting for a true king, not you. And soon, with those Saiyans and pathetic god of destruction out of my way, there will be nothing and no one, including you, who will stand in my way. With Great Ape Goku shown releasing Zamasu from his clutches following the comments Whis had made about Goku's family, it was just when Great Ape Goku was seemingly struggling from within where Whis from there went on to comment, that's right, Goku, concentrate and break free of this primal mindset which has taken over you. Resist and regain control, as Merge Zamasu went on to chime in, primitive beast. How dare you lay your hands on a god's body? This is what makes us different, you and I. And so now this is where you will die. And so now then, farewell, Goku. What? As it was just before Merge Zamasu could even do anything in inflicting damage upon Great Ape Goku, was where Great Ape Goku was from that point shown extending his arm out in blowing Merge Zamasu completely away, as Whis went on to chime in, well, that was expected, but I didn't think Goku would instead revert this power that he is supposed to control as a weapon against Zamasu instead. That was not what I asked for you to do, Goku. To which, even with Great Ape Goku shown furiously roaring right in front of Whis' face, Whis was not shown backing down whatsoever, as even despite the dangers of Goku now being shown having to lose complete control, was where Whis went on to then continue, you have yet to find the center counterpoint that lies within, I'm afraid. So then this will be what will ultimately lead to your downfall. You're struggling from within, Whis says. Are you fighting to remember what will happen to them if you are no longer around to protect those whom you love? As this speech by Whis itself seems to only further anger Goku, as with Whis now being shown avoiding one of Goku's strikes,
Right now,
he
yes,
was
he's
still
trying to
even at
right
that
there.
point trying to break through to Goku, as Whis went on to continue. If you don't manage to find the key that will
Beyond
open the
Dragon Ball
door
Super
that
against
waits in
High
front of
Spartan,
you,
top
then the
five
five
warriors
will
and
tear you apart and beat you down, even if you use this unstable Grade 8 form against them, he says. But once again to no avail, because as Grade 8 Goku was from there shown having to attempt to kick Whis' overall awareness and skill set seemed to be too much even for Grade 8 Ultra Instinct Goku to handle, as Whis went on to continue.
And we found a
Try
match.
and listen to
Should
my
start in 2
words,
minutes.
Goku. Once again, I am not your enemy here, but if you wish to continue to make me out to be one, then I will. So now try and listen, he says. You are misusing both powers, and it will certainly not be what helps you evolve, Whis continues. I am trying to help break through your rage so that you may know what you are training for and who you will be fighting against in a little less than a year from now. And so if you won't even attempt to try and reason with me, then perhaps this ought to calm you down, Whis utters. As within the quickness, before Grade 8 Goku could even realize as to what had just happened, Whis was quickly shown dashing towards Goku's direction and kicking Goku so hard in the stomach that the sheer force shown behind the kick was enough to send Goku's body flying across the ocean, as Whis went on to then tell Goku, "You will never win like this, Goku. Now, are you ready to open your mind and listen, or do I need to apply a bit more pressure so that way you could understand?" he asks. "No? Well, I'm impressed you are even still able to maintain yourself after a strike like that, but..."
Let's try to get a W this match. Back on this map.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks! I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the
Yeah, the
right
keys are not too
spots.
bad right now. Under 5 minutes. And the nighttime is pretty bad.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Okay, we need to find the keys
Great!
quick.
You found another power key. Use it quick.
So I heard Ceiling Dragon.
Please help me. You're my savior.
Flying Nimbus!
You know what to do with that key.
Getting out of there. What's the odds, bro? That's some bullshit I have to deal with.
Get the hell out of here!
Like, what's the odds of that happening? get this BNC key. We have 4 Dragon Balls.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Welcome. Thank you.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
I need 1 more key to get my level 3.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
You do have a solid team right now. And it's still level 2.
Here comes the pain.
This guy have to come bother me, bro.
Holy hell.
Alright, we distracted him long enough, bro. Someone has to come save him.
Still level 2.
Time machine's almost at 50%. Yo, Wagwan.
You all right? I owe you one.
This is bad. Somebody's
Oh,
down.
he destroyed the vending machine that was here.
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Flying Nimbus!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Welcome. Thank you.
So we got to level 3. Time machine is at 75%. I got 1 Gulu Gum.
I'll send
Stun?
some supplies to help.
Take off.
Make good use of them.
I don't know if I can save these guys.
Oh man.
Just missed that, bro.
Get off! I owe you. Change! Flying Nimbus!
Going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. Wasn't the best match, but we got a W. Everyone stayed alive. Me versus the World Thrill.
Everyone did their part. Pretty good players.
That's what we need, man.
The rating was pretty low, so it's all good.
Don't try it, Whis says. I know what you are about to do, and so it won't work, he continues. But then, it was just upon Whis having to now be shown saying this where Goku had now gone as far as to unleash a gigantic mouth blast directly at him, which in hindsight did not seem to worry Whis at all, as Whis went on to respond, while you are mainly fighting for survival against me, this too will also fail, he says. To which with Whis casually now being shown having to swipe away Goku's mouth blast, it was only upon Whis being shown doing so where he went on to then tell Goku, as of course demonstrated here. You can continue to try and fight me as much as you'd like in this form, but it won't change the outcome of this battle, he says. And of course, now that I can see that we have a lot of work to do, he says, I think it's time we take a momentary break and put this to an end before you destroy yourself in the process of trying to kill me, Whis says. And as we then see how Whis was able to now get behind Goku in not only being shown having to grab onto his tail, but he once again also now had tried to reason with Goku by talking to him, as Whis went on to then address Goku by telling him, it is clear to me that we will need to work on your concentration so that we can get you to focus hard enough in breaking free of this primitive prison that seemingly binds you. So now please try and relax, and let's try to take this one step at a time. But it was just upon Grade 8 Goku being shown having to swing his tail around in hopes of having to get Whis to break free, this had now only resulted in Whis being shown having to squeeze down even harder on Goku's tail, as Whis went on to shout, not like this, Goku, enough, down with you. Well, make that two things that we will need to work on, because this tail of yours leaves you wide open unless you are able to master its greatest weakness in using it to overcome the 5 strongest. Well, and so now let's bring you back to normal, hopefully, as the very second we then see how Whis had now gone as far as to chop Grade 8 Goku in the back of the neck, in not only having to create a gigantic shockwave that went on to ripple throughout the entire planet, but as soon as we then see Grade 8 Goku come crashing on down to the ground was when Whis went on to then continue, oh goodness, well that was loud, but down he goes. Oh, I doubt he will be able to stand back up after that one, so that ought to reverse the effects of his transformation. Now I wonder why he wasn't able to hear anything that I said, but seemed to have stopped once I brought up his loved ones. Oh, well, that was faster than I expected for it to be, Whis continues. Oh, what a very fascinating species. Well, at least it's all over for the time being, he continues. Oh, I wonder if he remembers anything. To where in the end, with Goku now finally shown having to revert back down to normal, it was only as Whis was holding onto his tail where Goku went on to respond, oh, ouch. Whis? What are you doing? Oh, my head is killing me. What happened? I can't move. Well, you left me with no other choice than to put you down myself, Whis says, since nothing appeared to be getting through to you, and so it was for the best, with Goku responding, do you mean that I became a great ape? I tried to resist, but I couldn't overcome it. Sadly, I'm aware, Whis responds. Oh, and so we'll need to work on that if you hope to forge your own path into evolving Ultra Instinct in your own unique way. Oh, this ought to patch you right up. Now tell me, Goku, were you able to hear anything that I was telling you while a great ape, Whis asks? There seemed to have been a moment where you did, but I want to hear it from you so that way I know how to approach your next training session as soon as you are healed. Well, honestly, Whis, no, I don't really remember you saying anything to me that I was able to use, but there was one thing that I do remember, and that was something about protecting my family and those who I care about. For a moment, I was able to listen and see clearly after what you said, but then all I could remember after was just being consumed by nothing but pure rage and anger. So, if anything, that's all I really remember, with Whis responding, "Oh, I figured as much. You seem to have responded to my comments about your loved ones being in danger, yet no response to anything else during your rampage, which means one of your triggers into getting you to listen is your family." My family? Well, I did feel something really funny when I heard you bring them up, actually, Goku says. It was like the strangest thing. There were these two orbs that I saw floating aimlessly within this void with me, and for some reason, I knew what they were, too. One felt very divine and calm, kinda like Ultra Instinct, Goku says, and the other felt intense and burning with fire, kinda like Super Saiyan, and for some reason, I couldn't bring them together. They just kept floating away from me, like they were telling me that I wasn't ready to merge them or something. Oh, it was really weird. I'm not sure how you want me to do what Broly did while trying to release myself into being calm and focused, but the feeling I was going through while transforming just felt incredibly intense, and just for some reason, I think those orbs are what I need to somehow bring together and merge into one. Well, what you failed to do here, which was something I kept trying to remind you of, Goku, Whis says, was instead of allowing for the moon to force you into transforming into a great ape, I wanted you to condense that power just like you did with Vegeta inside of my staff when you kept your Super Saiyan Blue Ki from leaking out, remember? The idea is to contain that primal power of yours almost as though you are looking to trap it in a jar, Whis continues. In this case, of course, that jar being your body, and while you do this, you focus your mind and spirit just as you would before using Ultra Instinct so that you may carry the spark that will guide you into the next level. Do you understand? Yeah, it all makes sense now, Goku says. It's just a little hard to pull off when it happens so sudden, you know? And that is why your training must continue, Whis responds. And it shall. Through here, he says, this will be our final pit stop before the real fun begins between us, Goku. Oh wow, just what kind of world is that, Goku says? It's so hot. It feels like my skin is about to melt off my bones. What's left after we train in this place, Whis? What's left after this, Whis responds, will be your final test before your big day, Goku. Come with me and step right through. You will find this place to be rather difficult to adjust to at first, but you'll get the hang of it, Whis says. And you can rest assured that once I make just a few more notes of your progress here, then we will see where you truly stand before your big fight, he says. And with Goku now being shown having to step through, that was when Goku had gone as far as to acknowledge Whis' comments by responding, well, alright then. Just promise not to throw me into the fire while we're here, Whis. This place feels like one giant oven. Well, no promises, of course, but this should be rather interesting to say the least. To which all the while in the meantime, when then going back to both Frieza and Cooler, it would only now appear as though the serum that both Cooler and Frieza had been waiting on this entire time was finally now being shown ready, as with the head scientist now shown presenting the serums forward, it was only upon having to do so where the head scientist went on to respond, "My lords, the serum has been developed and each of your vials are now complete for you to take," he says. "This is it, sires." "Oh, excellent work, Lima," Frieza responds. "I take it that a sample of that Kanasan's blood was also put into my vial as well," he asks, with the head scientist responding, "Yes, sir, it has. Lord Cooler, your vial will be the dark one and yours, Lord Frieza, the white," with Cooler responding, "This better help our cause, Frieza." "Oh, you worry too much, Cooler. Now let's begin," with the head scientist continuing, "You will each take these and inject them into your bloodstream starting at your wrist," he says. "Be sure to inject the needle straight into the vein. At first, you might both experience a tremendous shockwave and a sudden change to your body, but this is only normal as your DNA is simply adapting to the change in your biology," he says. "Remember to uphold your end of the deal, Deal, Frieza. 6 universes. Mine. Understand? With Frieza responding, oh, but of course. We'll decide which ones to take after we rid them all of any and all threats who stand in our way, Frieza says. So let's do this. As with both Frieza and Cooler now being shown injecting themselves, that was when the head scientist went on to continue. In case of doubt, my lords, just simply remember that you will not die for concern or, well, destruction, he says. Your bodies will go into a state of shock for a moment as it begins to absorb and merge with the DNA collected from the warriors we were all able to gather for you upon your request, the head scientist says. It may take some time, but you will both be prone to learning and knowing everything from the samples of the warriors we've collected for you both to use, he says.
Wait. Let the Carnival of Terror begin.
I want to see if there's any civilians over here, quick.
Give me the Dragon Ball.
I'm sorry, everyone.
You have my thanks.
Wish I was a Dragon Radar.
Give me the Dragon Ball.
Even if I had one, why would I
If
get
you don't have them, then I have no need for them. Give me the Dragon Ball.
I don't have any.
We got to our level 2 pretty good.
If you don't have them, then I have no need for them.
Pretty good.
Careful now. This will be like before, and I won't be gentle.
Just had one of you on the radar. Teammates alive.
Someone
good.
help me.
Did you win? Not letting him get away.
They got all the keys though. They're gonna be somewhere. Bro, I'm not trying to count this guy's body. I swear I heard him in that video. Yeah, he's right there.
Where are the Dragon Balls?
What do you mean?
You have the esteemed privilege of being the first to see my next fall. Rejoice!
Stupid. Trying to put it a little higher. I'm gonna get jumped, so I need to put as much time on machine as possible to make them waste their dragon changes. Get that level 3. Got it. Out of the way. Knew what was gonna happen. Wait, one more. And then I'm gonna head to the store and I'll speak again later tonight after this. S3.
However, just then, both Frieza and Cooler were now beginning to experience the side effects of the serum as the head scientist went on to continue. Oh dear, it's begun. I did not anticipate for the serum to take effect this quickly. My lords, can you hear the sound of my voice? Please, just try and relax, the head scientist says. There is no need to panic, with one of the other observing scientists chiming in. Do they look relaxed to you, sir? Their bodies are having a negative reaction to the injection. We must give them the antidote in order to stabilize them, with the head scientist responding, no, we will not. Hold your ground and let's wait and see what comes from this, he says. If we cure them now by reversing the serum we've created, then all of this would have been for nothing. But sir, they could die during the merging process. To which suddenly then from out of nowhere, with both Cooler and Frieza now shown entering their golden forms, that was when the observing scientist went on to continue. Oh no, they've entered into their golden forms. Shut it down quickly. Do not shut the reactors down, the head scientist shouts. You will obey and follow the chain of command, or you will be destroyed by them if you interfere. Their bodies are changing. It's a lot of power to take in, the head scientist says, but this is why they have trained for as long as they did. We will not deny them of their glory, so now stand down. To where as Cooler and Frieza were not shown having to let up whatsoever in continuously powering up more and more, worry and panic had now begun to set itself in within the research center as the observing scientist went on to continue. So what happens if this continues? The entire laboratory will be destroyed. It doesn't matter, the head scientist responds. Then we'll build a new one in its place. Now stand down. This was what Lord Frieza and Lord Cooler wanted out of this serum, the head scientist continues. To become untouchable in every possible way. They will know no equal in battle. Once they are able to sync their mind and their bodies as one with the benefits of what comes with the serum, they will become a true force of power, the likes of which have never been seen, with the observing scientist responding, and so what of the Potara earrings, sir? Will they be able to hold such power from Lord Cooler and Frieza? Based on our data, Potaras are typically supposed to last roughly around an hour depending on how strong the host becomes, but with our highly advanced technology, we were able to significantly magnify its timer to almost limitless proportions. If all goes according to plan, he says, there will be nothing and no one who will stand in their way. To which all the while, as this was happening, back on Beerus's planet, as Beerus was shown having to circle around Vegeta during his meditation, it was only upon being shown having to do so, where Vegeta did not seem as though he was about to break his concentration, with Beerus having to then tell him, now remember the basics, Saiyan. Though you remain in a calm state of mind, your heart should always be focused on destruction. That is, of course, one of many secrets we destroyers hold among each other, he says. It is why we are so fierce. Relax your body, but do make sure to keep the fire that is burning within your soul alive, Beerus continues. You will never know what situation will call for it to be used, as all of a sudden during his meditation, Vegeta was now beginning to detect and sense something very unusual coming from deep space, as Vegeta went on to say to himself, wait, what in the world was that massive surge of power just now? That wasn't Kakarot's energy that I felt. And from there are you paying attention to what it is that I'm telling you, Vegeta? Yes, sorry about that, Lord Beerus. I got a bit distracted by something. I couldn't help but sense something very far away, and so it went and grabbed my attention for a moment, so I promise it won't happen again, with Beerus responding, are you kidding me? You aren't paying me in anything for me to do this, mortal, and quite honestly, I don't even need to. Enough distractions, do you hear me? Last chance, Saiyan. If you botch this up again, you're finished. You've been caught gazing into the stars several times now, and so I don't know what's on your mind, but if it doesn't have anything to do with destruction, then you can forget it. Understand? Yes, sir, Vegeta responds, as he from there proceeded to close his eyes and once again focusing on the surge of energy that he had just felt. It was just upon being shown having to try and meditate again where Vegeta had gone as far as to say to himself, I need to find out where that energy was coming from. I know it didn't come from Kakarot because he's on the opposite side of the universe training with Whis. It certainly didn't come from Broly either, Vegeta says to himself. Then that just leaves... No, it couldn't have come from Frieza, could it? It just couldn't have. I can sense more than one. There are two of them out there, but where, Vegeta questions. This isn't sitting well with me. For a split second, I felt all of our power, including mine, just surging out of nowhere. Androids, maybe? But that's impossible. I must get down to the bottom of what that was, Vegeta says. Oh, I have a very bad feeling about this. To which, as we then make our way back to both Frieza and Cooler, as they were now shown having to be fully stable, that was when Cooler went on to respond, "It's complete." What incredible energy, Frieza says. I feel reborn, Cooler chimes in. Our time is near, brother. Yes, this will take some time in getting used to, especially since we now know everything about our little monkey friends on Earth, Frieza says. But so then this is what it feels like to carry Goku's abilities and influence. Oh, all of this will most certainly come in handy, especially once I master this in my black form. Soon, my precious god monkeys, soon I will have both of your heads mounted as my most valuable trophies. Jeez, I can barely seem to catch my breath on this planet. It's insanely hot here to the point where it almost reminds me of the severe temperature changes that I've experienced inside the time chamber. Hey, so, what exactly will I be undergoing this time, Goku asks. If this is supposed to be the last pit stop we make before the real training begins, then what exactly do you have in mind? With Whis responding, one of the most important lessons that you will learn here, Goku, will be that champions aren't made in the ring, but are merely recognized in there as they are forged out of it. Do you understand? One of the main issues that I noticed during your Grade 8 rampage was your inability to stabilize your emotions, Whis says. Emotional outbursts can disrupt your focus and prevent you from finishing the fight if you aren't in full control, he says. I will need for you to once again go back into using Ultra Instinct and listen to my instructions, Whis continues. One way or another, I will continue to trigger your inner emotions so that way I could get you into transforming again without having you lose your mind in the process. Without giving you all of the answers, Whis continues, I told you that there are ways in which you can find yourself beating the 5 strongest, but it won't come easy. If killing them in battle isn't within the realm of possibility, then what are your other options, Goku? Those will be the strategies that I will need for you to explore. Now ascend and prepare, Whis says. To which, upon Goku now being shown having to reignite the power of mastered Ultra Instinct, that was when Whis went on to continue, not every situation will allow for you to have full control over the battle that you find yourself in, he says. Even if you find a way, you cannot and will not be declared victorious until your opponent has been defeated. So, if destroying them during your fight is out of the question due to them still being stronger than you, then what are the other ways that you can find yourself beating the 5? With Goku responding, well, from what I can remember, the rules of this tournament and the way that a fighter can win this is determined either by death, knockout, ring out, or submission. That was what I got from all.
You'll face my blade. No more games or half measures. Oh, you don't understand.
Got something to say to Whis.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Wait, where is this guy, bro?
Someone! You have my thanks.
Five Qs to get to level 1.
Flying Nimbus!
You know what's taking this guy so long to set that key? My shit crashed. Guys, if you hear me, I have to end the stream. My thing crashed. OBS.